Welcome to A Mess in the Kitchen, the podcast all about demystifying home cooking. I'm Molly Mogren-Cat, a food and travel writer who loves to cook, but is only so at it. My co-host, Dusty Kugler, is a former food stylist, caterer, and food fanatic that always makes cooking look effortless and somehow manages to clean up after herself in the process. We talk recipes, cooking, tips and techniques, our favorite kitchen gear, mishaps, and successes. We believe eating good food at home doesn't have to be so complicated, and if you screw up, who cares? That's why God invented frozen pizza. Here's the show. Hey, Dusty.
Hey, Molly.
Guess what time it is?
It's coffee and tea time.
Yeah.
Yippee.
Welcome to A Mess in the Kitchen, where we're going to talk about coffee and tea.
Yes.
Because I'm so tired today. It's like the only thing I could think about is how I wish I had a giant cup of coffee right now, but it's also really hot.
Ugh.
So what would I do? Iced coffee.
I wouldn't. I'd still have hot, I think. But I'm old and I can't drink it that late anymore, which sucks.
No,
Especially if you like Bailey's and coffee when you're like, after dinner drink. Nope.
Oh, yeah. Well,
whatever. I guess I always have to bring it back to alcohol. I should stop doing that.
I think it's fine.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what we're talking about today. And I have to tell you, aside from, if I could pick one beverage, aside from water, that I could drink for the rest of my life, if it was like, you could only have water and one other thing, it would be coffee.
Same. I think mine would be too. Definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do without it. I don't like, Coke, Pepsi, that kind of soda.
What about beer or wine?
Nah.
I know.
I mean, sure, I like it, but I actually had more than one beer over the weekend. I never do that. I know. It was really good because it was really hot.
Yeah.
I forgot how much I like that when it's hot out.
Yeah.
But just one because it makes me full.
Yeah.
Coffee doesn't make me full.
No. Sometimes it makes me the opposite of full, if you know what I mean.
I do know what you mean.
So the one thing I bet you're like, oh God, this is disgusting. Sorry.
No.
Yeah, I think in general, like I feel old, but every night before I go to bed, I just got to set up that coffee maker. And when I'm going to sleep, I am literally so excited for my morning coffee.
We were in Colorado last week. That's what I did every night before we all went to bed. I bought my killer beans from down the street somewhere. I don't know, it was Russian coffee or something, whatever. And I got it all set up and I could just go to bed smelling the beans that I had just ground going in the thing. And I couldn't wait to get up and drink it in the morning with nobody awake.
Yes, that's just what I was going to say. That's one of my favorite things when I wake up at like 5:30 and I look around and everyone's sleeping. I go make the coffee, and then I grab my book, and I drink coffee in the quiet while reading my book and not dealing with any children.
When you say coffee, are you just pouring it into a cup, like a mug?
Yes.
How do you, just black?
No.
Oh, okay.
I know. I like the half and half.
Okay, nothing wrong with that.
But you're a black coffee drinker.
I am.
I used to be, but then I don't know what happened. I think I just tried it with cream and was like, oh, that's better.
Mine's the opposite because everyone was drinking coffee in college, and I always drank soda. Like what do you guys call it up here? Pop. I always drank like Coke or Pepsi. My family was a Pepsi family because my mom liked regular Pepsi. I didn't care; it was just whatever was in there. But Coke is definitely better than Pepsi. Sorry, Pepsi. This podcast will not be brought to you by Pepsi. It's okay. PepsiCo. But I used to drink it with like so much sugar and milk or cream or whatever that it didn't even taste like coffee.
Yeah.
And then I think one time a few years later, I was just really poor and I didn't have anything that I had swiped from the restaurant I worked at or anything, those little creamers and sugar packets and stuff. I didn't have any of that. So I just drank it black and I was like, oh, so good. And then that was it.
Wait, how old are you when you started drinking coffee?
So probably 17, because I started college when I was 17. I think like middle of my first semester. So 17. I didn't turn 18 until November.
You didn't?
No, I was like a freaking child.
Yeah.
I know.
That's too young.
No wonder I almost shit the bed there. I mean, not literally, but that first semester I was like, whoa, freedom. Not good.
I get it. I was also I also went to college, but see, I was an older one. I started when I was 19.
What?
Yeah, I turned 19 right before I went to college.
How was it? No, you didn't.
Yeah, 18. I did. No, I turned 19
did
before.
You start kindergarten when you were 6?
Yeah, like a weirdo.
I was 4. How's that possible?
My parents wanted me to get a leg up, I guess.
They wanted you to still do the chores for a year before you went to kindergarten?
July birthday. It's just like kind of could go either way.
Yeah, I guess I see that. So, yeah. It's different in Illinois. I think the cutoff date was like December 1st.
I don't think there is a cutoff date here.
Yeah, it's September 1st.
Oh.
That's why.
All right. Well, yeah. There you go.
That's why Prentice is older than me, but he's a year behind me in high school.
Loser.
In addition to me just being ridiculously smarter than him. That was for you, Prentice.
I didn't start drinking coffee till after college.
Really?
Yes.
So what did you have in college?
This is kind of embarrassing.
Red Bull?
Oh, God, no.
I was going to say, ugh.
Ugh. No, I have never liked an energy drink. Aside from sometimes I'll do a 5-hour energy because they are tiny.
You introduced those to me at the festivals and they were amazing.
Yeah, you're just like, okay, just glug, glug, glug. Goodbye. Throw it away.
Liquid speed for sure.
It is. It works though.
Yeah, but it doesn't make you feel like crap. That's why I kind of liked it.
Yeah,
anyway,
they're small.
What did you drink?
I drank raspberry hot chocolates. Ew.
What?
I know.
How are you not 5,000 pounds?
Because I'd only have them like twice a month.
What even is raspberry hot chocolate?
It's like a hot chocolate, but with like a pump of raspberry in it. I know it sounds disgusting. Just me thinking about drinking that right now.
How much did you have to go to the dentist?
Well, like I said, I didn't really drink them very much because I didn't really go to coffee shops.
You didn't need it?
No, I guess I probably would drink a Diet Coke or something if I was going to drink something caffeinated.
Yeah, I think that's most people. Don't you think?
Maybe.
I mean, if they don't, I shouldn't say that. Most people I know that don't drink coffee drink soda.
Soda?
Yeah, caffeinated soda.
And then this is going to make me sound like so bougie, but I didn't start drinking coffee until I went to Italy.
Oh, wow.
I went to Italy after college with my with my dad and my brother and my friend Melissa Brown.
Yes.
And I was like, well, everyone else seems to be drinking it. So, and then I started drinking it black just right away.
Wow. That's kind of random.
I know.
Because typically you got to ease into that. But that's the reason I started too, because everyone on my dorm floor was drinking coffee. I'm like, okay, what am I missing?
Right.
Like, oh, I'm missing staying up all night long. Drinking coffee.
And I've been an avid coffee drinker.
Me too.
Since.
I love it.
So, how do you brew it at home?
Nespresso.
Oh, you're still in an espresso train.
I still am that, but I also, like when I have people visit, then I have ground beans in my Cuisinart coffee maker that I think everyone on the planet probably has the same one.
I have
you know
that
which
one.
one I'm talking
about,
about,
I have
right?
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have it sitting? Do you have it like in storage?
I do. I have it in my basement behind my refrigerator.
Interesting.
Where all my extra large Tupperwares are. Tupperwares?
Whatever.
Whatever. It's kind of like going to Costco's.
Costco.
That's what Sandy says. My
Panera's.
next door neighbor. Anyway.
So,
yes, it's in storage.
So you do the Nespresso. So that is a pod thing.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you make yours? I know you have I feel like you do it different.
I buy the Lungos, which are like the 6-ounce pours. So I just do one side. If I buy the other ones that are just regular, I do
the espresso size.
Then I do one side on the right, which is the long pour, and then one side on the left, which is a shorty. So it's not like killing me. It still tastes like coffee. Coffee versus espresso. I'm not one like some people to order an espresso after dinner or have espresso in the morning or even iced espresso. I like to have some water in there. Or like an Americano, basically.
Yep. That's kind of what I'm into also. I have the Cuisinart and I grind my beans.
Do you do it yourself?
Yeah, I have a burr grind, also Cuisinart
Gotcha.
burr grinder.
Gotcha.
And then usually I get if I am feeling splurgy, I get the Intelligentsia breakfast blend. Good, but it's like $15.
I know. Their dark roast is mainlining. There's so much caffeine in that thing. I'm like, yeah.
And then usually I'll just to make myself feel better, I'll buy a pound of caribou beans, and those are like $7. And I'm like, okay, that factors to into something, I'm like not embarrassed to be spending on coffee.
Yeah.
Yep. Grind them.
Just buy it on sale?
What, the Intelligentsia?
No, because that's like never on sale, is it? Do you buy it at your grocery store?
I do.
Or do you buy it at the coffee shop?
So sometimes I'll buy some at Spy House.
Yeah.
Which is
what I was going to
biased.
ask you about.
And
What are those a pound? I don't even know.
Like 13, 14, I think.
And is it by the pound? I don't even know.
Or I don't know, 12 ounces maybe?
I don't know. I just
don't
know what the
remember, just
bag
the
looks
bag.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know either, to be honest with you. I did. So we had a coffee sale. I don't know if you two remember.
Oh, yeah.
My old Rafferty was the
beans?
soccer thing. Yeah. So a local roaster made them. And they were like Costa Rican beans, I think.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Don't quote me on that. But we sold it for like super cheap. And I think it was like $10 or something. Or maybe it was $5. I don't remember.
10 seems more appropriate.
Bought so many of them. I actually just used the last 2.
That was like 7 years ago.
Yeah. It's been in my freezer, in my deep freeze.
Oh my God.
So I'm like, I'm using them. They still tasted good. And I took them to my gym because this is the craziest thing. I've been working out between 6 and 7 on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and they didn't have a coffee pot. I'm like, where's the coffee pot? If I'm going to get my ass out of bed and come down here, where's the coffee pot? Like, I need it the second I'm done.
Oh, sounds
So
like I don't know
went and bought one.
if I could drink coffee the second I was done working out.
Well, I drink water first, and then this whole thing full. It's a big Starbucks
thing.
tumbler guy, and then coffee because I have to like relax before I get in the car and drive home from Roseville, which is sometimes 20 minutes, sometimes 40.
Oh God.
So I went and bought a coffee pot and brought beans and the, what do you call those things? The filter thing. I just bought a cheapo one, and it's so good. And other people have thanked me for it.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah.
You're doing something good for the world.
Coffee's good.
Yeah. Do you have a preferred type of coffee mug?
I don't like the big ones.
But
it gets too
what do you
cold.
mean? Oh, like
you know,
ones
some
that can
people
hold-
like those big ones that are 2-handers.
Yeah, those are dumb.
It's like a bowl, first of all. And then I
It's-
also
yeah,
don't
like a
like
soup bowl.
the really big ones that are like, once you fill it, it's like impossible to hold. I don't like those either. I just like nostalgic, something from like either a gift it was, or like a lot of times when you have kids, they do like coffee mug with the team on it.
Oh, yeah. I don't have that yet.
No, just wait. I've got those. So mine are all mixed matched. I don't have like
A set.
No.
I like to when we travel places because I really like going out for breakfast. As you know, I love buying diner mugs, like the white ceramic, a little bit thicker mugs that keep your coffee really hot. And then when you're at home, you're like, this one's from Key West. This one's from Boston.
Yeah, I like those too. I think those are the most fun.
Me too.
Give you some memories.
Yeah. Although my sister-in-law was like, how can you drink out of something that has such a thick lip on it?
I love that.
Me too.
Plus, it's steaming hot for the longest time.
Yes.
Those big ass ones, like, you know, the ones you can buy at Starbucks that are like Seattle, Minneapolis. Brenda started buying those, and I'm like, oh,
no.
what?
What a dumb thing to collect. Sorry, Starbucks.
And they're huge.
Yes.
And I get it if you're making like a latte, then that makes sense. Because you drink those a little faster, maybe, or do you not? I don't know. I don't drink those.
I don't know. You maybe more space for the...
I do have one guilty pleasure.
Oh, yeah. Didn't we talk about this?
I don't know. Did
About
we?
your dirty chai.
Yeah, I do like the dirty chai. But you know what's weird? I know this. You're going to find this hard to believe, but I have to alter it, of course, because it's way too sweet.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't need 4 pumps of chai or like 5 ounces of chai powder or liquid or whatever the hell they put in there.
Oh, I know.
I just need a little.
Every time I see like a drink with all of the mountain of whipped cream and stuff, I'm like, just get ice cream. Just go get an ice cream.
Is that what you were thinking when you were ordering your raspberry hot
But
chocolate?
that was 20 years ago.
But same thing, because it's mostly kids.
Yeah, I know. That's
I
true.
think.
I don't know.
I mean, guilty pleasure for somebody who's older. I get one. I get it.
Yeah, but I still think I'd rather have an ice cream cone.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of good ice cream options, so I'm with you there for sure. But dirty chai has an extra shot of espresso in it. That's why I like it, because it tastes like coffee.
Do you like the coffee chains?
You mean like Starbucks and Caribou? It depends. I like some of them. I like Starbucks not for drip coffee. It's too
Me
bitter.
neither. Ick.
But I'll drink an Americano or something. Yeah, I like them when it's the option, like the easy option or the only option. Mm-hmm. I like going to local coffee shops.
Me too, but see, okay, so I've been burned, no pun intended, starting with coffee. Remember the lady who burned her crotch?
Yeah.
McDonald's, that was like a 90s thing.
Yes. The suing.
Yes.
Yes, I remember.
So I feel like we're often driving through the Midwest and stopping in small towns, and I've gotten so many bad coffees that I'm just like,
yeah.
I would love to support your business, but you need to support my refined tastes.
Right, but speaking of bougie, but wait.
I learned to drink coffee in
Italy. Wait a minute. What are you talking about? Like gas stations?
No, like little main streets in Wisconsin towns.
Oh, can you go in and get a to-go coffee there?
Yeah, sometimes you can, but it's like
It's bun coffee pretty much.
Yeah, and sometimes I like to do an iced coffee. That's what I like to get from Starbucks.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
And Caribou usually.
Yeah.
Dunkin' Donuts don't really care for theirs. Theirs is, I swear to God, they like melt 6 scoops of ice cream in their iced coffee. But okay, when you go to a small town, sometimes they're like,
could be.
Okay, so I'm gonna put ice cubes in coffee, and I'm like, no, that's not how you make it. Like,
right.
You don't just brew.
Right.
Not even just like an Americano with ice cubes. That's different too, because cold brew has to like steep for 14 hours or whatever, and then it's super concentrated. It tastes much better.
No. Well, so are you saying cold brew, or are you saying I want an iced coffee?
Cold brew is what I'm saying.
No, but to them?
Yes.
Oh, and they're like, we don't serve alcohol until 11.
I don't know. Just sometimes they're like, well, will a coffee on ice work? And
oh,
like,
gotcha.
No,
you're like, no,
it won't. Goodbye.
Just give me a hot one.
Yeah.
See, I'm typically the higher maintenance of the two, but I think you're winning on this one.
Oh, absolutely. No, I'm super snobby.
That's funny. That's okay. You know what you want.
I know.
As long as you're willing to pay for it.
Yep, and I am.
That's good.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, we both like coffee.
We both like coffee. Are you a tea person?
No.
Not at all?
If I'm sick, I will choke something down. No. Well, does chai count?
I don't know.
I think it does. It's tea. But then I put espresso in it, so no, I'm not. I don't know. Like those throat coat.
Oh, yeah.
Tea reminds me of being sick, or growing up, my parents had tea with like every meal, like sweet tea, not hot tea.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet tea or iced or sun tea. It just tastes like dirty water. Ugh. No, thanks.
No, I like doing tea mostly in the winter, and at night, like I can swap out
you said
coffee, or excuse me, not coffee, a glass of wine or something with a tea. Like it kind of is.
Didn't we talk about this before? Because you have this like funky tea maker, tea basket.
Oh, I do.
Somebody gave you this?
Did we already make this episode?
No, we didn't talk about coffee ever. You talked about tea and swapping out a drink for it, because I was like, nope, never would I do that.
Yeah, sometimes I get loose tea. I have the evening in Missoula.
Oh, I remember the name, because you said you were going to get me some and you never did.
Okay, well, I'll get you some.
Because you were trying to say that I would like it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's just like really kind of like spicy and good.
Oh, okay.
I like that. Or there's this one kind, and now I can't remember what it's called, from Target. Oh, I should look it up on my phone.
Does it have the little netting? Is it what Marissa, who cuts her hair, had?
Mighty Leaf. That one's good.
I actually like the mint one, I think.
Yeah, I love it.
It's only if I'm freezing.
Yeah, I like that one. And when I'm at home and I'm making tea, I have like a water boiler.
Yes, I know you already told us about
I know, but it's so good. It makes it so easy.
So explain the water boiler again. Like, you're not talking a pot on the stove. You're talking about a gadget you plug in. Yeah. Okay.
I have it on I have a little coffee bar at my new kitchen.
Fancy.
I know.
Your middle name is Bougie, isn't it?
Yeah. Molly.
It's
Bougie.
not, what's the other one? What's the other word that you just taught me?
Chuggy.
Yeah, chuggy. It's not chuggy, it's bougie.
No, it would be chuggy if I was like, but first, coffee.
Oh, got it. Or it was on your t-shirt.
Yeah, or if I was like, and then rosé
Mama needs
all day.
Mama needs wine.
Mama needs your coffee chug.
We're really going to offend people.
Everyone's like, those bitches. I hate that.
They'll call us bougie and I'm chuggy.
Bougie and chuggy. That's our new name.
Yeah, that sounds good. No, I don't want that name. Anyway, keep going.
Okay, so it's like, I feel like they have them in Europe or something all the time. It's a little electric boiler.
Oh, okay.
So there's kind of like a plate thing, like a docking station for it. And then it's like a kettle or a pitcher that sits on top of it.
I know what you're talking
Fill it
about.
with water.
I know what you're talking about, but that's kind of like what my milk frother is like. It's got that little plate.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I don't know. It just makes it really easy to do that because I feel like I would leave. And I have left a pot boiling on my stovetop that didn't whistle.
Oh gosh, really? Did it burn?
Yeah.
Not the time the house burned down. That was a pizza, right?
That was a pizza and also sourdough starter. Oh my God. This is related, but I think I have ADD. Oh, I talked to you about this.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Yeah.
Not with yours, but with others.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I think I need things that like turn off.
Yeah, that's good.
It's also just like smart for anyone.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
I forget shit all the time.
Well, just wait till you're my age.
I don't know how it could get much worse.
That's why we have alarms on our phones.
And lists that we can make in a notebook.
Yeah. Or on your phone.
Or on your phone.
But I don't really like the phone for the list. Anyway. You'll be okay. You have little kids. That fucks your brain up.
I know.
It does.
I know.
It goes away, sort of.
Does it? I don't know. Maybe I need it. I still am like, maybe I just am, what's it called?
No, I went to the neurologist because I said, I'm pretty sure I have early onset Alzheimer's. Like I was scared, like crying. And he was like, hold on a minute. What does your day consist of? And I listed everything off. He was like, no, you're just too busy. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, take a nap. Go on vacation. I'm like, are you positive? He's like, I'm not going to write you a prescription for Aricept. I literally was like, I'm losing my marbles.
Oh my gosh. He should have written you a prescription to go on vacation.
He should have written me a prescription for something, but he didn't. But that's okay. I felt better.
Well, yeah.
I would feel better. Slowing down.
I would feel better too if someone told me that you're just too busy and no, it's not early onset Alzheimer's.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, you're just too busy. Because that's what happens.
Am I?
Yeah.
But I've always been like this.
Doesn't matter. You have two babies. I'm telling you, they change everything. Can't explain it till it happens. You're like, oh, that's what that means. Yeah. They take brain cells away way more than weed or any other drug. I'm convinced.
This is why I need so much coffee.
There you go.
That's true.
And you brought it back.
I did. And speaking of that, we should take a break.
Okay. Coffee break.
Coffee break. And we're back. Why is it so funny when it is?
I don't know. You're really good at it.
Oh, thank you.
I'm glad you have to do it all. I just have to sit here and
look cute.
Look at you with your. We don't even have to look cute. That's the best part about this gig.
We both look like trolls.
We could be sitting in our underwear, except Beth might be uncomfortable, but whatever.
Oh, well.
One more thing I wanted to add about tea. I don't drink it, but I came up with this new concoction.
Okay.
So as I'm getting older, since I'm going to be 52, one of my friends said you should be drinking collagen. I'm on the collagen train.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm like, okay, the thought of that.
I know.
Yuck. So what
Just
I decided to do is, because I don't like protein powders or any of that kind of crap. So what I decided to do was put 1 scoop of that shit in there. And then I sprinkle some turmeric, some cayenne, and some, what's the other thing? Ginger. Then I stir it all up. Sometimes I put a lemon in it if I have it. And then I drink that. So that's my version of tea.
Wait, what do you put it in water?
Oh, yeah, in water. Sorry.
In water, okay.
In boiling water. So it's kind of like tea.
Oh.
But it isn't. There's no caffeine. So that's what I've been drinking at night in the winter.
Well, don't people do that like golden milk stuff where it's sort of exactly that, but
Maybe.
They mix it in with either milk or like almond milk or something?
Maybe. Probably. I don't want the milk.
Yeah.
Of any sort. And
how do you milk an almond?
They do it. I had a friend make it. Yeah. And I was like, wow, interesting. Never going to do that. You can just buy it.
Yeah, I know.
Way easier. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, I was going to, okay, so my favorite tea.
Oh, yeah, the tea.
I looked up the brand.
Okay.
It's Puka, P-U-K-K-A.
Can I see it?
I get it at Target.
Oh, I think I've seen that. It's pretty. I like the box.
They've got a couple different kinds, but I like the chamomile, vanilla, and manuka honey.
Oh.
And here's what I really like about it. Aside from the fact, I love how it tastes, but you can't over steep it. Because you know how sometimes you're like,
I don't.
If you steep your tea too long, it tastes so bitter and disgusting.
Maybe that's what's wrong with me. I don't know anything about tea.
Yeah. So if you go too long, it tastes terrible. But this one, it's like you have to take the tea bag out at some point.
Right.
Like 3 minutes or something.
Mm.
But if you leave it in too long, it makes your tea taste terrible. But then also, I don't want to, sometimes I'm like, where do I put this tea bag? Right?
Garbage can?
Yeah, but what if you want to use it again? Then you got to put it on a plate or something.
Why would you use it again?
Because you can use them twice, maybe.
Is that a fact?
Yeah.
But wouldn't it be weaker?
Yes. And then you just let it steep longer.
Oh.
But I just don't like.
I learned something today.
I don't like having a wet tea bag just sitting on wherever. I don't know.
I think I'm wasteful. I would just throw it out.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd reuse that, but maybe. I don't know.
I mean, if you usually I don't drink the whole cup at once and then refill it. I drink, like 2/3 of it, then top it off with some hot water. Right?
Oh, no, I don't know. You're teaching me. I don't know because I don't like it.
Teaching. Oh my God. Dad jokes. Time to answer a listener question.
Okay.
I have one from Erica, a person you don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you don't.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, I know her.
Okay.
I know everyone.
Okay.
So far. And by the way, if people want to call in, that would be really cool. Our phone number is 612-390-2899 or 612-930-BUZZ.
You just like saying that close to the mic.
I know. Why is that?
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, you can also email us, messinthekitchenpod@gmail.com. Find us on every social media channel. I mean, just look it up. You know how to find us.
Come on. Everyone knows how to stalk on Instagram.
Okay.
Take a guess.
I like Erica's question because I feel like it will lend itself well to our recipe conversation. Her question is...
Oh, I remember it.
What dishes is it just not worth making at home?
Do you want to see what I wrote?
What? What did you write?
Salmon Poke Bowls. But also sushi.
Yes, I agree. I think anything...
I mean, it's fun if you want to make it an activity, but you can just buy it.
I know, and it's so much better.
Same with a lot of desserts for me, too.
Oh, yeah, that's true for me as well.
I like people's homemade chocolate cookies, other people's, and I've made a couple of things that are pretty good, but for the most part, I'm a buyer, not a baker.
I know. Okay, here's another thing that I don't like making at home.
Okay.
Beet salads.
I just made one last night.
I mean, I like them, but they're just so messy.
Yeah.
The beets are, I just want that in someone else's kitchen.
Yeah, I can totally get what you're saying, but I've kind of mastered that. So
yeah,
I get it because it's a pain in the ass. So wait a minute. What are you doing with your beets? Are you roasting them? And then once they're roasted, you take the peel off with water?
Yeah, I'll do that. Or sometimes
cut them off.
Yeah, or I've told you I sometimes boil them first and then the skin comes off.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pain.
Yeah, and I have a new kitchen and I'm afraid of staining my countertops.
Yeah, it doesn't stain your countertops, does it?
I don't know.
Doesn't stain mine. I drop that shit everywhere.
But so yours are granite. Mine's like more of a porous. It's not like marble, but I just worry about it.
Yeah, no, I don't get it. I totally don't blame you.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are kind of a pain in the butt. I kind of feel like that sometimes about fish.
Yeah.
Because you have to really, that was my main thing is then I feel like I have to scrub and bleach every single thing in my house. And just stinks.
Yeah, I have a thing where one thing actually I thought I would only get at a restaurant, but then I made it at home once and was like, that was stupidly easy, was mussels.
Oh, those are really easy and good. As long as you buy the good ones.
I know. So it was just like, you steam them in like white wine and garlic and butter or something. It was so easy because I always thought that's definitely a restaurant food. Mm-hmm. That's not something I want to make at home, but then I did it.
Did you use the Barefoot Contessa's one?
No, I think it was a Martha Stewart one.
Oh, same thing. Different hair color.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Oh.
I agree.
Totally. They both got it going on.
I know they do. They're both so cool.
And so rich.
So rich.
Even after jail.
I know.
I mean, what's that about?
And
Good for her.
Martha is friends with Snoop Dogg.
I know.
Oh, I love him so much. I could listen to him read the phone book.
I could listen to or watch him do anything.
Yeah.
For sure.
God, I love that guy.
Maybe he could sponsor our podcast.
Maybe. I love it. He's a grandpa.
I think you should reach out, Beth.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll do his cookbook next.
Yes.
Which, speaking of, hopefully that gives Erica some ideas for what she just shouldn't even try to make at
Oh,
home.
yeah. Sorry, Erica. I don't think there's anything else.
I mean,
Everything
seafood.
else.
Also French fries. But they're never as good at home.
Really good answer. You're
Yeah.
right. You're right.
Right.
Well, nothing's as good as a McDonald's French fry.
Uh-uh.
We've already discussed.
Yes.
Anyway. Yes. Okay. So I love the question, and it does lead us to this recipe.
Yeah. So for our cookbook club this week, we did a salmon poke bowl from the Defined Dish. Gosh, Dusty, where do you want to start? Because, okay, how about we start with this? So literally yesterday, I was like, did you make this recipe yet? Because I haven't, and I'm stressed out about getting the sushi grade salmon required for the recipe. So if I go pick some up, do you want me to get you some? And you were like, oh no, I already made the recipe. And you said that you had gotten your salmon at Whole Foods.
Yes. So I bought it, and I told Molly yesterday, this started going downhill from that experience because I asked at the seafood counter, sushi grade salmon or something that I could make a poke bowl. And the answer was, well, you have to get it previously frozen, because then all the parasites are dead. And I was like, yep. I don't think I want to make this.
Right. And you have that crazy parasite story from
do.
when you worked in Chicago that you told me once, and it's like kind of ruined
I know.
seafood for me. It was somebody dumped a 7-Up on a swordfish steak?
I have two stories. Yes. One was the swordfish, 7-Up on the swordfish, and all the little wormy things came out. And then the second one.
Was that like something they were serving in the restaurant?
Yeah, it's like a thing. That's why it has to be cooked. Swordfish can't be like served.
Because you gotta
like
get
that.
the worms. Oh my God. No.
So nasty. So they did that at the restaurant that I worked at in Chicago. I'm not going to say, well, it's closed, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, Kate is my witness. She and I watched it, and I literally almost hurled.
Yeah.
Over the counter that I was leaning over watching them cook it. I was like, ugh. Anyway, second one is the parasite that the two people I worked with in Chicago went to a restaurant.
About that.
Yeah. So
what did they eat?
They ate they don't know what kind of fish it was, because what happens is when you work at restaurants and then you go late after you get off work, sometimes they're out of the special. And so these guys that I worked with at a bar went to this certain restaurant that is still open. I'm not going to say it because they had to pay them a lot of money. Whoever was serving them didn't tell them that there was a switch, or the chef didn't say, or whatever. So it was different than the special, and they ate it, and it had a parasite. Two of them, they're still struggling. Like, they can't keep weight on.
They have like a worm.
They have a parasite in their body they cannot get rid of.
Okay, so I have heard both of these stories from you, and so you bought the salmon at Whole Foods. So then I went to Whole Foods the next day.
This is the best part.
And I go to the counter, and I'm like, so, do you have sushi grade salmon? And the woman was such a biatch. She was like, no, we haven't had anything like that here for 2 years. And I was like, oh, well, my friend just came yesterday and bought some here for this recipe testing thing we're doing. And she goes, well, I don't know what she would have bought here, because I wouldn't eat any of this fish raw. And I was like, oh,
see what I mean?
Okay. So then I'm like, ew, well, I don't know if I even want to make this recipe. So anyway, I got all of the rest of the ingredients, and then I called the Linden Hills Co-op.
Oh, you did? Smart. I didn't.
Yeah, I called and I talked to the guy there, and he was like, okay, so technically we don't have any sushi grade salmon, but I would eat our Atlantic salmon raw.
Which is previously frozen, right?
Well, so I got there and I talked to them about it, and I don't know if it was. I don't know. But then he did say something about a parasite also. So then I got the parasite thing in my head, and I was just like,
I couldn't shake it.
Me neither. So
no offense, Alex. I just couldn't shake it.
I couldn't either. So anyway, I go home and make the recipe, which, okay, again, it looked nothing like the picture.
Mine either. And it took for fucking ever.
Yeah.
I'm like 30 minutes.
Okay.
She's a speed cooker. I'm convinced.
She must be. Okay. So my question for you, where is there avocado in this picture?
Well, and where is it in the recipe?
Oh my God. This was another thing
and
too.
The lime and the rice and the yada yada. Like, what do you do with it? If you're trying to learn, that's not a helpful recipe.
Okay, so I had the same thing too. So here's the deal, listeners. This recipe is on 2 pages.
Yes.
Of this book. So the first page says for the poke. So it has 2 pounds of sushi grade salmon, which, by the way, I bought one. I was like, that's like $40 to get 2 pounds of it. Yeah. And then you're feeding 6 people. And this is a thing you're not going to eat leftover.
Yeah. No. That's always my rule of thumb. Never take the fish home. If you're at a restaurant.
No. Never. Okay, so then it has the salmon, the green onions, the toasted sesame oil, coconut aminos, which is like soy sauce, jalapeno. Yep. So you mix all that together, and then you let it marinate for like 30 minutes to 2 hours.
Yep.
And then it says for the kale, so you cut up the kale and you massage it. First of all,
it did
3 to 5 minutes.
Nothing happened to it. Nothing at all.
Mine I do that usually to make a kale salad.
3 to 5 minutes. I mean, come on. I did cheat. I did buy the kale from Trader Joe's that was already cut up.
I think that's fine.
But I was like, it was kind of like the last recipe where it took me so freaking long. And this, I'm like, I'm just not even going to do this anymore.
Wait, and then so on the next page, so it says to assemble. So to me, to assemble sounds like an instruction for how you build it. But on the next page, there's like 8 more ingredients. So if for some reason you didn't, and there's plenty of room for this information on the previous page.
If you were shopping according to the first page, which I think most people would do, you'd miss all this stuff.
Yeah, so then there's all this other stuff like the avocado, the fresh lime juice. And also you don't see avocado in the picture. I don't think there is any.
I don't think there is any either. But also, it doesn't really say what to do with all those other things.
Yeah.
So, sorry, Alex. I hope you're not mad at us, but we're 0 for 2 so far. At least I am. I think you liked the first one.
We've done 3 recipes.
That's right. We're 1 for 3 for me.
Yes. Yeah. And
the time thing is throwing me too, because I read it in advance and I think, okay, this is going to take 30 minutes because that's what it says.
Yeah.
And then I think, okay, I've never made it before, so I'm going to add 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It's way longer.
Yeah. It took me a long time to make this too.
When we do this, we eat at like 8. And I'm like, that doesn't work for me. I go to bed at like 9.
Okay. And then a question for you.
Yes.
In this picture, the salmon it just looks like cubed salmon. But mine was really like very
dark, right?
Yeah, it was very covered in sauce.
Yeah, it was
like
dark,
really
like
saucy.
Brownie.
Yeah.
Isn't attractive either.
No, but so that's the thing with the picture. I'm like, I feel like they didn't marinate.
I didn't take a picture, and I did last week.
I sent
Molly got to see
my
my roll-ups that are like literally burritos.
They're like logs.
Right. It was good though.
Yeah.
Just too potatoey. Yeah, I agree.
So yeah,
this isn't a representation of what mine looked like at all.
No. And so Josh and I, of course, my kids weren't going to touch this. So
I'm not sure I would feed it to them.
Oh, I know.
Parasites.
I know. So the flavor was okay. I thought it needed more salt. I definitely added more salt.
Yeah.
It was kind of a fun change up, I guess. But
I didn't like the flavor of the kale.
Yeah, it just didn't taste like much to me.
Yeah.
And then it was so much work and so expensive.
So much work. Really kind of ridiculous. I got to agree.
This is something I'm never going to make at home again, but I will gladly eat in a restaurant.
Same. And I also would love, I'm going to go to like a fish, like the Fish Guys or Coastal. Those are local seafood purveyors. And I'm going to ask them about sushi grade salmon.
Yeah. Because after, I will say after I was done with dinner, I was like,
I know.
I like couldn't relax.
I couldn't get over it.
I just couldn't stop thinking about the parasite or if I was going to puke.
I took like one bite and threw it away.
You didn't even eat it?
I just couldn't get past it.
Okay.
Why did they have to say parasite?
I don't know. Don't say, I mean, I guess do say it if.
Well, the dude didn't think it was a big deal at all. And I was like,
yeah, I don't want to.
You just said parasite about what I'm going to pay money for.
I know. A lot of money too.
And I typically like raw salmon. I don't like cooked salmon. I like raw salmon. So I was bummed. But whatever. Live and learn.
Yep.
Don't buy that anymore.
Yeah.
So it wasn't horrible. I just couldn't get over the thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it probably would have been a better experience if you wouldn't have said parasite.
You think?
Yeah, I do. But it's really weird that your guy said the same thing.
I know. And then after I knew that yours said parasite, then I was like, okay, that's 2 for 2. I'm weirded out.
I know. Okay,
officially.
So we're just going to chalk this one up as skip page 11 and page 111 and 112.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
I think that's a good
Order
one.
in a restaurant.
Yeah. So Erica, there's your answer.
Yep.
This is what I want to make. Chorizo and chicken paella.
Ooh,
I know.
like
it looks
the
really
look
good.
of that. It
doesn't look like rice. Let's see what's
It's
in
probably
it.
cauliflower rice or something.
You're right. Rice, cauliflower.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh,
You can buy that frozen.
I know I have it. I got it. It says though.
Oh,
Preferably fresh, not frozen. But how about you do fresh and I'll do frozen? Just kidding.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
I have a ricer.
I make mine. I do mine in a food processor.
Oh, okay.
It still takes forever.
Yeah,
And it's
in the
annoying to
ricer,
clean.
it's hot. So it's hard. I know you should probably wait to cool it, but I don't.
Okay.
Just shove that shit in there.
Yeah, you'll just have to tell us what you decide.
Okay, so page 163 in your
Textbooks.
Define dish. Why can't I remember that?
I don't know.
I know her name. I just can't quite get the name of the book. But by the 10th week, we'll have it down.
Yep.
This is 40 minutes.
Yeah, we'll see it 400 minutes.
So set aside a couple of hours for this one. We'll see.
All right.
Okay. I'm excited.
Well, thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time. And avoid the poke at home.
Yes. Order it out.
Yes.
All right. See ya, Molly.
Bye. Thank you for listening to A Mess in the Kitchen podcast. We're very impressed that you made it all the way to the end. You can learn more about our show at amessinthekitchen.com. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram. A Mess in the Kitchen is a production of Matriarch Digital Media. Executive producer, Twyla Dang. Produced and edited by the lovely, wonderful Beth K. Gibbs. Production assistant, Mia Register. You can find more great podcasts from Matriarch Digital Media at matriarchdm.com. And until next time, here's to good enough cooking. Cheers.